Yo, Flows, what's up? It's good to see you all. Thank you all for coming. I'm glad you could make it. It's going to be fun because we're just going to have a discussion tonight. We just, talk about anything and, yes, try and get to the bottom of why globers are so mad and triggered about flat Earth. Well, we do have a nice full panel tonight. We do have PJ, Vicky, Michael Kahn, Mr. Roger Ledwell, Dave Sovereign Soul, and Joe in the house. How you guys all doing?
Oh, groovy.
Wonderful.
Oh, groovy.
Before we start, I'm just going to give Vicky and PJ a huge shout out. Thank you for your PayPal, guys. I really, really do appreciate it. Really big blessings. It does really help. I am a bit flat socks. It's helping a lot. Thank you very much.
Man.
You guys rock. Thank you very, very much. So,
Sorry, I just saw this picture. It shows Kamala Harris looking out the window of an airplane, and it says Kamala Harris spends flight looking for cloud where her data is stored. Did you see that? She literally thinks that the cloud is a literal freaking cloud.
Wow.
that's insane.
Wow.
How can anybody? I mean, that's dumb.
That's what globism does to you when you let the indoctrination system take your brain out of your skull and put it in a jar. By the time they're done with it, it's ramen noodles.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. This is what this bullshit. And they say, "Oh, you're giving misinformation." If anything, we've brought more people to understanding physics and science than anyone else in history. We really have. We have taken ordinary people and said, look, here's how physics works, right? They didn't want nothing to do with that shit in school. It was boring and everything. But now it's like people are starting to understand it. People are starting to fight back and not take the gaslighting that's been put on them. And it's angering them because their gig is up. It's just like when somebody gets caught lying, they get mad at you for catching them.
Yeah, it's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can I just flat side? Supreme Architect says Natch is an upward rising Earth deltadian.
He's become an upward
Is it
rising.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I have emailed him recently though, and he did agree to actually maybe have me on for a discussion, and I can explain to him why it's retarded.
Who's Natch?
Natch.
No,
That's cheating.
Oh, that's it. Oh, really? Oh.
No way he's fell for that.
Nah.
No
Yeah,
way.
he fell for it, unfortunately. He's got QNFI on at the moment, and the idiot is now trying to badmouth me in front of Natch's audience. So why is QNFI so obsessed?
Why,
with me?
when they come on his channel, do they have to bring you up?
Always, when I just went on earlier to say hi to Nate, how's it going? All the Daltards were attacking me.
Huh. Well, I always find it where you get a lot of hate, there's a lot of love behind it.
Yeah. And then, like I said, eventually I said, okay, yeah, enjoy the stream, blessings, and even you Daltard guys and whatever. And I left, and now I hear QNFI's busy slagging me off to his audience.
Honestly, right. This is where I see problem is, right? There's a far majority of flat earthers are only flat earthers because of YouTube channel they listen to, right? And they're easy to fall for. Whatever influencer tells them what's what, and that's a big problem, in my opinion.
When it comes to upward rising Earth, though, that's just natural selection. It's just the stupid people believe in it.
You think natural selection's a thing, though, honey?
I think adaption's a thing, and then adaption natural selection.
No, but like long-term Dell followers are going to just believe what Dell says.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
People think that when they become flat earthers that they're not sheep no more, but they truly are. They're just sheep who follow the flat earther who tells them what's what. You know what I mean? There's a lot of flat earthers can't think for themselves.
Yeah. Well, Dave gave me some inspiration last night or the night before, and I got a new name for them. They're upward rising skirts.
No, these and that's going to come when I think this is a big one too. Is a lot of these people and this isn't regarding the upwards rising Earth. I mean, it's easy. You can get somebody onto that, but if you're not looking at what's actually being done, like the guy that showed the bubble in the bottle as he moved the cart forward, if you watch closely in that video, he starts to pull it back immediately as soon as the bubble starts to equalize. Because what has to happen in order to maintain that effect of that bubble being forward in the bottle, the opposite direction of the force, the reason that has to is there is because there's a constant acceleration, a zooming up to that speed. Once that speed has been achieved, everything is going to balance back out.
So they know this. It's like a parlor trick, is what you're saying, right?
It's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is.
They're full of people, dude.
True.
That
Exactly
they're fooling people, like.
I mean, it's as easy to try it yourself. Put a bottle of water in your lap and drive forward in your car. Reach a speed and then maintain that speed. That bubble's going to come right back to level.
Mhm.
It'll find its equilibrium.
But I mean, it's because they don't understand net forces. I don't know how to break this to them, but if a person doesn't understand what a net force is,
I don't even know if it's that.
then they shouldn't be the ones saying everybody else is retarded and doesn't understand physics. I mean,
Right.
remember, their priest, Mr. Dell, doesn't even know what energy is. Peter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like, what do they truly think? Like, God kicked Earth up into his own butt.
So, you know what I mean?
It's ridiculous.
Hey,
Like,
but
who said to
Something has to keep it going.
Where's
Why
it
not?
going to? None of them questions get asked, and they don't get answered.
So he has to keep kicking it in the ass. You know what I mean? It's just,
You know, like God literally must have kicked Earth up his own bum.
mm. He
Yeah, but
just
there's
kicked
so much,
it, ran
there's so
around
much
the
wrong.
block. He started running.
But there's so much wrong with this upward rising Earth rubbish. But they don't want to hear any arguments for it. It's as if they just.
Did you see when I was talking to Del in chat the other day? Right, it was like if I dropped something, I went, "Hold on a minute, Del. You can't claim dropping, mate." You know what I mean?
No, you can't.
They claim it's not dropping.
You can claim let go. You can claim let go, but you can't claim drop. You know what I mean?
Moomin says he invited Natch and them to come and chat. So yeah, we'll see.
Huh.
We'll see how that goes. No, it's easier for people like Q and Fee to be, how can we put it, cowards and talk about me behind my back than to actually come and talk to me. You know,
So let me get this straight, right? There's only Q and Fee and Jake the asshole knows truth.
Jake the asshole and QE guys.
makes me think.
And Q and Fee, I still don't see them as flat earthers. I really do see them as globe shills.
I think Jake's more of an attention whore than anything.
Yeah, he just goes where the tension comes.
Yeah,
but
he's just an
QNP,
attention whore.
that guy is a troll. He's just trolling Effie. There's no doubt about it.
He really said it. He said he's trolling that. He did it.
Yeah. He said he made us all look like fools at one point.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Jake and QNP. That's why they lick each other's buttholes for everybody.
Don't get excited, guys. Talking about butt licking. Yeah, I've noticed that, and the thing, like I've got this guy on Facebook that keeps going, "Well, where are your flat Earth physics?" And I'm like, "What in the fuck are you even talking about? Flat Earth physics? Physics is physics. It's not categorized.
Yeah.
It's not categorized into
There's-
flat and globe."
There's no globe. There's
This
no
is-
flat Earth physics. Like there's just physics.
Right. And so I just showed that physics prove that your globe is impossible. Okay, let's go ahead and discuss these physics. And I go right into it, you know, and he's like, "Oh, you don't know science." I'm like, dude, look, pointing at the sky and telling me a story about it is not a demonstration. Okay? That's, I don't know what you don't get. Show me demonstrable, repeatable experimentation proving your hypothesis.
Well, they usually sit in a category error, though. They don't know what science is. They don't know what independent variables are. They don't know what manipulation is. They don't know they practically don't know anything we're talking about. I mean, even when we talk about diffraction, for Pete's sakes, when we explain diffraction, they say they don't understand what that is.
Right.
What's
Like
crazy
that
is
debate that Dave went.
Okay.
It-
Everything
it-
that you're saying about upwards rising earthers, you could say the exact same thing about globies. Literally, just in that context, if you
They are in
Verbatim.
the same boat.
Yeah,
They're in
yeah.
the same boat.
that's why it's on the complete opposite scale, right? It's just an even worse psyop.
That's why, Nate, any factual thinking flat earther can see that they are claiming globe earth rhetoric. They project that onto us.
That's why they're mad at us.
There's a mad push. There's a mad push by agents, and whether you want to see them as agents of the shaitan, or as minions, or whether they're minions of the government, or whatever else reason, there's a mad push to make it seem that it's anything but what it actually is.
Yep.
They really don't want you to know what it really is. It's a real sore point with them.
Yeah,
And
that's why they push this nonsense like, oh, you're supposed to see the Eiffel Tower from England.
oh my God, I know what else.
I hate when they say that idiocy, and you're thinking, do you really think you should see something so far away just because it's flat?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, like the debate you reviewed last night, Dave. They that
Oh,
Ryan Cox was in there.
Like
I have
Ryan
to-
Smith said.
I had to give it up to Kyle, guys. I'm not really a Kyle fan, but he actually did quite well in that debate against that nut John.
I thought he should have just started out right. You know, I think he got off in the weeds a lot, and I would have called into question. Okay, so here's the problem I have with your dust scattering analysis. Okay, there's a lot of problems with that. Number one, what is the composition of the material that you're testing? That's what we want to know first off. How did you verify it and test it on Earth? How did you have a comparison? Your math is only a description of what you think will happen, but all the different you're going to get different results depending on different conditions all the time.
Who's
So-
on in private chat?
Sorry?
In private chat.
Who's on?
Oh, you're going to have Flatsoid. You're going to have Ironworks do your. You're going to have him do his impersonation of you. It's really pretty good. It's really pretty good. He mimicked you last night. It wasn't degrading or anything. It was just like spot
I like
on there.
it.
He
I think
sounded
it's
just like you.
I like him. He's an awesome guy.
Off
yeah.
topic. I found a wheat penny in my
Nice.
change. I know. I wonder if they're worth anymore.
They're worth a lot more than they used to be. I can tell you that just based on the
Well, they're worth 2 pence.
the rareness of them. I can remember when I was a kid, you ran across them all the time. It was no big deal.
Yeah.
But now you run across one, it's a real oddity. Now just wait until the ones with the Lincoln Memorial on them on the back are a rarity.
Listen to this. Some guy sold a 1979 2 pence piece on eBay for 15 grand. And they're not
Is that
even
pounds?
rare.
15 grand in pounds.
Yeah, and they're not even
Huh.
rare. I've
There
got
you
about 40 of them. Like,
Go give him a call, Mike.
well,
That's insane.
that's why I started collecting them, because I thought I seen that and I thought they were rare. So
Yeah.
when I started collecting them, I started to realize, hold on a minute, they're not rare. There's loads of them.
They've gotten so bizarre with our money, you can't even tell if it's fake or not anymore. I mean, used to be a $quarter coin was, had an eagle on the back, George Washington on the front. Now they all look like car wash tokens. George is facing the opposite way, and they've got some kind of weird design for commemorating this and commemorating that. And God, I think they've commemorated everything possible now.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
pride tokens. They got. I mean, in Canada,
Whoa.
in Canada, think about this. Our dollars are coins. Imagine how many versions of those we got. But yeah, for rarity of like coins that you're talking about, it's probably just because like some coins have like defects that are seen as rare. Like they'll have some kind of misprint or something. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, here's the interesting thing. We have a lot of these people, and they pay large amounts of money for these coins. These people are called numismatists, right? And they collect coins and bills from currencies that no longer exist.
Yeah.
What's that tell you about the current currency that you're using right now? What's going to happen to it? It's going to become no more, just like
Obsolete.
every other monetary system in history.
Yeah.
You can't make gold out of paper and sustain it. It doesn't work.
Hmm.
I thought the
I did.
thought
I
the
did.
origins of it. Sorry.
Yeah, guys, if you can see, I did stick the link in the chat. If anybody does want to come in and share a story on why globies are so angry.
I think it's part of a lot of it's psychological. It really is, because this was a psychological thing that was done to you at a very young age. And the way it was seeded was through praise and through congratulatory actions, right? You learned this and you memorized it, and you were told that you were smart for that. You were given a good grade. People patted you on the back. Relatives and grandma said, "Wow, you're really a smart little scientist. You're probably going to work for NASA one day," or some shit like that. And so, consequently, on a psychological level, when you dispel those things, you're taking away their smart. You're taking away their smart. You mean I'm not smart anymore? You took my smart away.
But I think today a lot of the people are based on a culture where they have peer pressure and they worry what people think of them.
Yeah.
I mean, look at us. We don't give a damn what the people think of us.
No.
We just go on with life. You know what I mean? But
Like
if you
the
have to
Ash
ask any of these other people, they care what people think of them.
experiment. Like the Ash
We-
experiment.
But
We used to have a
The
term
guy
for those
totally
people.
picked the wrong line. He totally picked the wrong line because everybody else did.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's multifaceted. Like there's what
is.
Dave says, you know, like with the taking away, you like being smart and all that business. But also, there's like these people want space to be real. They want space travel to be real. You know what I mean? A flat Earth takes that space away from them.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that
handle it.
the part that Sav was talking about, that's psychological in the early stages of life, and that builds it up. That builds up the idea. But then later in life, it really makes the people weak, because what is their life? None of them became astronauts. Maybe if they're working at NASA, they can have some amount of fulfillment if they're really interested in space. But really think about this. When that pastor in 2011 was saying the world was going to end to just a few 100,000 people, and everyone believed it. It went on mainstream television. Imagine what would happen if NASA came out, or any world government came out and said the world is going to end tomorrow, meteor is coming, or any type of alien invasion. It's makes the people weak, and atheistic mindset that they don't really matter.
Yeah, it does. It does give you a nihilistic view of your surroundings and yourself. It does. You know, well, how could I matter? I'm just a little tiny speck on a little tiny speck, unnoticed in the corner of a huge galaxy that. And they've even come out and said, you know, the chances that alien life would ever discover us is very remote because of how small and insignificant we are, and blah, blah, blah. Horton Hears a Who reified that to kids.
Yeah.
But then you have so much, like I was saying, you have so much trust that, you know, who's not going to believe what the major space organizations say.
Yeah, but I mean, this is like the main issue that you saw when I was like chatting to Matt Delahanty and Aaron, where they are naturalists. Okay, this is the main thing, because they trying to take everything that's good and supernatural out of the world to make everything natural. And the problem with naturalism is it's bound by natural laws. So as soon as you have to understand that people have, for instance, emotions and they have feelings and stuff, it's not natural. It's actually supernatural. They want to explain it naturally, but that doesn't make it natural. So they kind of make us robots.
They don't give an ought.
Yeah,
Right.
they kind of make us robots and
It's-
like give us no meaning.
Like an argument I'll hear is why don't we kill people is, well, because we found out when we were early in development and evolution that, you know, killing people in society wasn't okay. Well, that doesn't give us an ought. That doesn't give us a reason that it was bad. That's just, you're just giving us a story of what happened. That doesn't really give an
Can I just say,
basis for why it's wrong.
can I just say, hey Dave, how's it going, mate?
Oh, I.
Dave rocks. Yeah, by the way, guys, next Saturday special with Jesus Freak Computer Geek. Which
Nice.
really
Nice.
It's gonna be awesome.
That'll be a rhombus.
And then probably so far it looks like Friday as well coming. It's going to be a special with Josh Monday, myself, and Kingdom in Context. So that's also going to be quite a cool show. Really, really looking forward to that. We'll still have the normal show because that show will probably start at 11 o'clock. So we'll have a normal show and then go over to his channel for his show. So that'll be awesome.
Has anybody ever seen Cloverfield 1, 2, 3?
Yeah.
So you got that same mentality with the space race thing. It's the nuclear age was like they pushed the fear of they're gonna push the button. So people would build these shelters, man, just for that.
Someone
It's
said
the
in the chat, fear feeds the demonic realm.
That's why they call it fear porn.
Somebody
People
else.
are getting addicted to the fear.
Somebody else said Agnes kills demons in the chat.
I mean, I saw yeah, exactly, PJ. But I saw the other day where they're like, again, oh, life could end as we know it. Comet could impact Earth in 100 years.
Yeah. The sun's going to go supernova.
What's funny is that every person, I'm pretty sure, has been told, at least in my generation, because I even see like people of my age making jokes about it online now, where it's like, remember when you were told that the earth was going to get eaten by the sun when you were 10 years old or like 6, and then you like yeah that kind of little existential moment, like, man.
Well, when I was 10, when I was 10, they told me that my nearest town were going to be like cursed.
Yeah.
There's always a fear mongering for the time, but you get it.
I think when I was a kid, it was AIDS. It was AIDS.
Yeah.
AIDS.
They were trying to. They hit us with an ice age. They said we were going to have They told us that there was going to be an ice age.
Yeah.
By the year 2000, we'd be in an ice age, and people we'd have to totally change the way we live and everything. And part of this, they can run this shit by you because they program you at a very young age with an idea of perception. Okay. And what I mean by that is you're told that various people in their stations in life are more important than other people. And so therefore the information that comes from them is valid, and that information coming from others is not valid because they don't have the credentials. Okay. So somebody comes on a set and reads a script and they have a PhD, or the people are told they have a PhD. And they even give the perception with the guy sitting in front of a bunch of books with a globe and everything like that. And add a British accent. That'll actually really reinforce that with people. And the guy comes on and reads that script, and people say, oh, well, that guy's an expert. Now I'm going to listen to that must be true what he said. Same thing with the news. Well, that's a news person. No, that's an actor. I mean,
He's reading the script, too.
Read off a teleprompter.
Look at your medication commercials, right? They'll have a guy with a lab coat and a stethoscope and shit. And down on the bottom of the screen, real little letters, it says, this is a paid actor. This is not a real doctor. And then he'll go on and tell you all these facts about whatever. And then, easy, Ryan.
You can do it. You're skinny enough.
Okay, I'm muted, Ryan, because I don't.
What the hell's going on here?
Shaggy, you can come in and defend your globe and show us how you're not angry about the flat Earth. We're more than happy.
We got another one?
Shaggy's gone.
Shaggy, wine your body, girl.
How's it doing, Raggy?
How are you guys?
What's all this shit about?
Wind your body.
We're taking
Yeah,
her
you ruined my train of thought with your noise, Ryan.
It was
Where's he
You
going?
totally fucked my time with that.
How's he gonna get there?
You were seeing
Oh,
that the doctor, when the
He's
doctor's
also-
talking, underneath it will say, "This is a paid actor. This is not a real doctor."
Right,
I
right.
just play
But
one on
then,
TV.
Then they'll
Yeah.
reinforce it. They'll reinforce it at the end of the commercial by saying, "Ask your doctor about whatever," right? As if
AstraZeneca.
that was a real doctor when they told you that it wasn't. But people that'll seed in their subconscious, and it's because of this perception. Just look if you're ever in a hospital situation, right? People are acting normal, maybe concerned about the current situation. As soon as the doctor walks in, it's almost like general officer in the room. Everybody's like, oh, it's the doctor. It's the doctor. And they treat him with this reverence and awe.
Well, this is in every part of life nowadays, right? I mean, if you have an authority and basically, there could be a building or building owner, right? And if you're doing something bad at the building, he comes by and you're like, oh, right. But that really is get put into us like really young when we have teachers. Really, if you think about it, it's essentially the same thing. The teacher
even if you're wearing
comes in.
Sorry. Even if you're wearing a safety vest, you can walk up and just people will automatically get their attention. You have an authority goes with it.
Oh yeah, because even then
there's a clipboard. All you got to do is carry a clipboard. You can stand there with a clipboard and a pen.
There was this experiment.
Authoritative posture, and you can direct people, and they'll listen to you.
There was this experiment I saw where these guys walked into movie theaters with ladders and just said, yeah, we're going to go fix something. And they were let in each time.
We can't leave us alone.
Like, all. So, yeah, then it gets to that point where you can even just kind of look professional and then people will believe you, that's where it gets into frauds.
I got a video of a guy, he's just standing in front of a business in a tracksuit. And it all matches, so it's kind of uniform. And he's got a lint roller. And these people walk up to go in, and he just holds his arms out, and they lift their arms out, and he scans them with the lint roller, and then they go in. And the next person walks up and just automatically puts their arms out and lets him scan them. And then nobody's like, who the hell are you? What are you doing? Or anything. They just conform.
And then there's a whole group of them called cop impersonators who literally just want to LARP as cops. They literally just...
Yeah.
They just pretend to be cops. And then there's even, there's ones that are really brutal, but then there's ones that decide to just try to pretend to be actual cops and pull people over and do like normal stuff for some reason. Like they got their own little speedometer and they pull people over with their own lights, which is really weird. But yeah.
We just got visited by a bug, didn't we?
You get those little LED lights on your car or whatever they buy. Because you can buy them, and just people, you got the horn too.
You get caught with them, you're going to have a bad day, though.
Oh yeah, of course. That's the bad part.
Look up Jeremy DeWitt. There's all kinds of videos about this guy. He was a cop. He was impersonating cops.
My fucking wallet.
Over, giving them pictures of shit. Yeah. Ryan, mute yourself when you're doing that shit, man.
Was that Luka that came in and then left?
Yeah, it was. That's what I was saying.
Let him in. Let's just demolish him. Just let him in. Let's demolish him.
I mean, yeah, no, I was gonna stop talking, but like I wanted to finish my point. I'm sad he left.
Yeah, finish
there
it.
he is. Okay.
Unmute Luka.
Listen, let me just say this first, Luka. You're my favorite person on the show, and you're the best on the panel. Not even Flat's better than you. Okay, go ahead.
Ooh. And it's his show.
Let him in. Let's see what he's got to say.
Yeah.
Okay, Luka.
So what do you got, Luka? What kind of retarded shit did you find on ChatGPT now?
Hello, guys.
Oh, sorry about my laugh.
I just wanted to explain why Globe is angry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's fair enough.
One of my theories is that the Globalists have studied for what they studied for like years and years, and then flat earthers are saying that they're wrong. So
Yeah.
that's one theory I
You
have.
angry? Are you angry
As
about
to
that?
why.
Are you angry about that, Luka?
Huh?
Are you
Are
angry?
you mad?
Since it's a theory of yours, are you angry about it? Is that what angers you?
I haven't really studied years and years about the topic, so I can't really express 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 the
But
same
just
feeling
the
as
notion, like
others.
when you first hear it, a lot of people have like a kind of voluntary reaction. When you first hear it, do you kind of feel like, well, these people are on the wrong side of history fully, and they should? Would you be okay with it if flat Earth was just not allowed on public platforms because it's disinformation?
Well, let me just ask this: if you said 2 and 2 is 4, and I said no, it's not, when it clearly
What?
is, and it provably is 4, okay, but I say no, it's not. How long are you going to argue with me? How concerned are you that I do not accept it? Are you going to spend hours, days, months, years arguing with me that 2 + 2 is 4? No, you're
Or
not.
not?
You're just going to go, well, that guy's just clearly fucking wrong and move on, right? Okay. Now, if somebody were to be an expert in Dungeons and Dragons and they spent their whole life studying it and all the intricacies, and then somebody comes along and says, orcs aren't real. Okay. Are they supposed to get pissed off about that because they've studied their whole life about something that isn't real? It's the
No,
same
because
thing. It's the exact same thing. If you spent
oaks.
your whole life studying some shit that's not real,
But listen, you could have spent your whole life studying globe and then find out it's not real.
That's the point.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you, Miss McQueen, for your £5 super. She says, send Luka to the shop for a gobstopper. Chennai support. Thank you for the Chennai support, Vicky. Really, really appreciate it. You.
And that's your mission, Luka. You got to go get a
that.
gobstopper. Yeah.
I get that. That's because gobstoppers take a while to,
No, it's
a
because the
long time
spears. It's
before
because
they
the spear.
solve.
It's
I
But
mean,
because it's
let's,
a
Thanks
globe.
for the question, Luca.
but let's put it this way,
yeah.
Luka. Let's take someone who got out of school, they put themselves in a lot of debt to get a PhD in the subject, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let's, for instance, say astrophysics. Now they're in
Alright.
a lot of debt, all to find out that the things they learned is all just fantasy. Do you think they would be angry or not?
Yeah, I think they would.
I would be.
No, I don't.
Yeah, they would.
So
Yeah.
that's probably why they're angry, Luka.
I was pissed off when I found out I was lied to about all these things at
Yeah,
school.
you think the reason Globers are angry is because they were lied to?
No, I think they're all psychos.
No, I think Globers are angry because we don't let them come in and share the pain.
No, we do let them come. They're just too shit scared.
No, but we
Right
don't
now they
do
are,
it.
sure.
they don't know where else to direct their anger. That's all.
You
So
see,
they go
guys,
toward the messenger. They go toward
Yeah.
the messenger. You can't shoot the messenger. Okay.
But yeah, there's a reason why Globers don't show up at like my channel or Soft's channel or anything for chats. It's because they know they will get nowhere. They have no rebuttal.
Mhm.
They literally conceding their arguments are non-existent when they don't show up. Every time they make excuses not to come on, it's them conceding that they don't have enough confidence in their religion.
Mhm.
That's it.
I have to stop myself.
And it really is a religion because it's based on belief.
Mhm.
So think about that, Is anything
Isn't it?
just like Dungeons and Dragons? Is anything
I've got a question for you, Luka.
real?
You know your friends like Jack of all trades and such. Why can they not come on camera and speak to us?
Because that's the sound of
I love
Do they have to?
Because they suck. They're cowards.
No, they don't have to. But what I'm saying is, like,
Why don't they?
Why don't they?
Why can't they come on camera and speak to us and tell us how stupid we are? They
Well,
make
I
videos about us and stuff. You
But
know,
you never got an
I've
education,
wait,
did
Luka,
you?
I haven't finished. I've seen them in comments saying, you don't debate me," but when you ask them,
Alive and shot.
they're not there. Like they can't come on a live stream and show their face, be on
No.
camera, and debate man to man. Why is that?
Well,
See, this is exactly what
I
I'm saying.
think.
Guys, look,
What?
this is exactly what I'm saying. Look like Sean Hawkins now, okay?
Yep.
He's
Wait,
shit
what?
to us, but he'll stream us. But he'll stream about us streaming.
No way. He is. Oh,
Yeah, he is.
how is he?
So we're
He's
like,
obsessed, dude.
about us streaming.
The only people start watching Sean at this very minute are people who are as dumb as he is. Like, I mean,
This is the
the guy's
biggest-
retarded.
No.
This is
Oh,
the
hell.
biggest-
So he's streaming us right now.
You can't.
Well, he's got
streaming
he's got five people watching.
He's
He's got
Whoa.
five people
You know,
watching,
this
including
clown
himself.
thinks you can have a bucket of gas. Like, why would we even waste his time dealing with a bald, monkey-looking guy who thinks that you can have a bucket of gas?
The thing is,
Are you listening,
the thing
Sean?
is-
Moron.
yeah, the thing is, Sean only gets his 5 to 10 viewers if he streams me or Dave. The rest of the time, he gets like 2 people.
I've got. Hey, guess what I got right here, Sean? Guess what I got? Food.
Oh, don't tell him about food because he's angry that he can't eat. But he has money for 3D printers
Yeah.
and for guitars and
Weed?
stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, and weed.
I got weed and I got food and I got money.
Whoa.
And you got a brain at least. Something I
There
think
you go.
Sean lacks.
He looks like a pretty healthy 26-year-old.
Yeah, he does.
He looks like he's got the fucking. He looks like he's got the fucking AIDS, man, for real.
Yeah.
He does look healthy for 184.
Hey, PJ, do you have his picture
2,000
still?
years old is Sean. Come on, let's be real.
See, that's what evil does to you. Okay, evil people that are angry and pissed off and act like shits all the time, they get physically uglier and uglier and uglier as time goes on.
The bitterness manifests. Bitterness manifests.
It's the same. Yeah.
The bitterness not manifests on the face, definitely.
Yeah.
Like getting
But
hard
it's the-
lines and stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Cortisol.
Exactly. But it's the same as like you see where you take different type of frequencies and you play it to plants and stuff, or to different foods. Like if you have negativity playing to it, look how the negative effects it has on the plants or the foods and stuff.
This goes into
And that's
some-
exactly a person. Like for instance, let's take Sean Hawkins for instance. Most of his life is just negativity. So why would you expect him to look any other than how he's looking right now?
He could be out riding that. He could be out riding in that sweet mobility cart that he got there. A couple of weeks ago, he got himself a mobility cart, one of them rascals or whatever.
Yeah.
Zoom in.
Yeah, they're a red one, I think, like a cherry red.
Oh, firebag red.
Go out there and be, hey, you hot thing, you want to go for a ride with a cool cat like me? Yeah,
Well, Dave, I think you and Sean is about almost the same age,
Really?
I didn't know that.
which is really odd because Sean really looks like he's dying. So it does tell you something.
It's night and day.
Well, he's got that COVID. I ain't never had COVID. I don't know.
What's that?
He's got it again. He had it again.
COVID.
I don't even know what it is. I've never
Listen.
even.
Listen, if the guy said he had COVID, that says it all. It's like, not only is he old looking, he's stupid and bullshit.
Now, Luka, this is a lesson.
But Sean,
See
there's
what-
a link in the chat if you really want to come and show us how stupid we are, as you put in your title. We're all here. Click on the link. The link to come in is there. You can click it. You can come in.
Sean should work at Odeon Cinema as chief projectionist.
That was a good one, Michael.
Maybe
Another
maybe he'll wake up one day. But that's all he's got is just his anger. He's got to vent it out somehow. Um, if I had a channel that was that pitiful, I wouldn't even bother. You know, I mean, I really wouldn't.
He's restarted his channel how many times now?
Oh my God, I know.
I have fun on that.
And use the threat of taking his channel down so that people will not have what he believes is witty and intelligent commentary.
Well, I'm gonna step off, guys. I gotta get ready for work.
Take care, Roger.
Roger.
I'll be
Yeah.
listening. All right.
And by the
See you
way,
guys.
love your avatar, man.
Oh, thanks.
What's that one?
Another reason, which I've actually heard them say before, is that, well, I've heard some of them say that they don't debate established fact. So that's another reason why they might not come on and debate. You know.
Well, that's a good cop out, but if it was established fact, there wouldn't be a debate, would there?
Well,
so that's
I
a cop out. That's a cop
Yeah.
out.
That's why.
Question you've got
like,
to ask yourself, Luka, is if flat Earth's so stupid and it's not an established fact and globe's so well established, why all trolling? Why all videos?
Yeah.
Why all comments?
Why bother?
Why did a guy make?
Why do they not just like, stupid
Like-
flat earthers, and then they walk away and you never thinking about it again?
Absolutely.
It's just like my 2+2 example. Just like it. There you go.
Unfortunately, I would make you
I'm
into
gonna
video, but I
tell you
can't.
something,
So it
Luka.
doesn't like
Right?
me.
I'm going to tell you something, Luka. Your Aaron Armstrongs and your Jack of all trades and your McToons and your Fight to Flat Earths all prove that flat Earth is a problem. They all prove it. Otherwise,
No, I
yeah.
was gonna say, why did a guy make a whole channel called "Fight the
If
Flat
they
Earth"?
weren't fighting the flat Earth, then you know, ultimately they are proving that it's a problem, and they can't defend it. That's why they're here.
Yeah.
And you were falling.
By the way,
You were falling into that category, Luka.
Anyway, we got Bobby Steele's in. You can click the link and come in, and then show us just how wrong we are, because he says we're the greatest comedy, guys.
Bobby Steele is a well-known, renowned troll.
Well, that's the guy that was saying it was a comedy.
Come on, Stubby Beals.
With your one
Was it?
subscriber.
Yeah, I mean, if I was, let's say there were people that did not buy into 2+2=4. They say no, it doesn't. Right? Would anybody make a channel that says fight the wrong math or anything like that? Would they say fight for the 2+2, or we need to defend 2+2=4? I'm going to prove it, and I'm going to make videos day after day talking about how 2+2 actually equals 4. Are you going to do that?
Look at
No,
this.
nobody in their right fucking mind is going to do that.
Look at this stuff. Why is there no fight the concave Earth?
Or fight the hollow Earth.
Yeah, you know.
Ancient
why is there
aliens
none of
were-
that?
I mean, they'll debate that too.
No,
doesn't
ancient
necessarily
Luka,
have to be.
Luka, the History Channel will openly on Ancient Aliens just talk about Hollow Earth as if it's real.
Yeah.
Like they don't talk about these things as if they could happen with these, conspiracies. They say, it's real, and there's way more people, especially when you first search a flat Earth, that actually think that there's like multi-terra firma, where there's like way more continents beyond the ice wall, like way more in different worlds and stuff. So there's so many psyops inside of it, even if you go into it.
Where do you go to become an ancient alien expert? That's what I was wondering. Like this guy, the hair guy, right? And they'll always ask some stupid ass question like, were aliens involved in the writing of the Constitution? And he comes on, yes, absolutely. Aliens were involved with it, and it's like, okay, yeah, there you
It
go.
was like,
Have you ever watched Ancient Aliens? Right? It's always, but you've got to ask the question: did this happen or did that happen?
Right.
You know?
The thing is, they still produce. the ancient aliens.
Oh,
Still
they
going
do.
on. The thing is, I'm trying to look. I don't think they have fewer statings anymore, but like they
Well,
still get a
they
lot of.
always
Still get a
they
lot
always
of.
say they always say, could this be like such and such as ancient alien theorists believe? And I'm thinking, ancient alien theorists, where do you get this? Is there a course in this that you can take? I'm getting a degree in ancient alien studies.
Well, the thing is, they'll bring up people like this is Joe Doe, and he wrote a book about the ancient Atlantean underworld, or just like unneeded credibility, like a book writer or some like
Yeah, they
yes.
they got to give you the perception. They gotta build the perception for you.
Look at oh my goodness, look at this. 4 days ago, ancient aliens, dark secrets of alien human genetics.
Oh, judo. Yeah.
Right. Anyway, so Luka, right?
And I got
Yeah.
3,000
Luka.
views, 300k views.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
sorry.
Sorry, 1 minute. Luka, right? You think flat Earth's silly. So
Yes.
why are you always trying to get on this show? Why are you always trying to get on Dave's show, PJ's show? If you think it's so silly, why don't you just think it's silly and then just go away and not bother with it anymore?
Exactly.
Why are you hanging round it so much?
Especially when you're not exactly wanted around.
He commented in my chat about.
I'm gonna admit I ain't got a problem with Luka. Like
I never used to.
I can
Now
argue with Luka and make him look silly if I want to, like. But my point being is, if it's so silly, Luka, why are you hanging round it so much?
Well, because even though we are not opposing sides, and I think it's
You're not on
silly.
that side, you're on ChatGPT and Google side.
Well, what ChatGPT says. Well, I haven't been given a compelling argument to say it's wrong.
I'd rather listen to nails on a blackboard.
But
Because it hasn't been disproven, so I just
right, so you're on
use it.
fence. Are you on fence?
I don't think I'm on the fence. I think I'm more global than flat earther. But
It hasn't been disproven. You're saying globe hasn't been disproven.
Well, let's just ask a few questions, okay? And let's look at what's for the globe and what's for the flat Earth. You want to do that?
okay, sure.
Okay.
You know what? Actually, Flatzoid. Funny thing is, he wanted to debate. How about you just do a little debate right here? I mean, you might as well.
We don't really need to debate. Just a logical discussion, okay?
Yeah.
I just want to tell Sean Hawkins that this chocolate chip cookie is so good. Oh my god!
Wait. I'm going to make it bigger for him to see.
Oh,
Be
that's
careful, man. You know when people
big
starve.
chunks of chocolate in
Ooh.
there. God.
You know when
That
people.
looks like a good chocolate chip
Oh.
cookie.
You know when
Yum.
people starve.
I bet his mouth's watering like.
Their
My
brain
mouth's
starts
watering.
eating
All I see
itself.
is calories, though.
Yeah, me too. I don't care though. That's something I've never worried about. I've always just like, it's weird. I don't really stick to like some kind of a scheduled eat time. I eat when I'm hungry, and then I just stop eating when I'm no longer
You're
hungry.
just on a light
That's
diet. Every
really
time the
natural.
light goes on, you eat.
People who have times that they have to eat are slaves.
Yeah, ask somebody. All you got to do is ask somebody. Say, "Hey, are you hungry?" And they'll look to see what time it is. I'm not shitting. They will, and it's like I didn't ask you what time it was. Hungry is a feeling. Okay, it's a feeling, not a time.
Anyway, okay, Luka.
No, Sav, hungry is a privilege.
Yeah, there you go.
Hungry is a privilege. Yeah. So Luka, tell us what is your based on your experience. What's the best evidence for a globe to you?
the best evidence is. I mean, this. If I had to pick one of the many,
No,
I'll just
Luka.
pick one.
Look, let me stop you, Luka. Right, flat as I said, your best evidence. So that means one.
Yeah, I know. I said I'd pick one of the many. Um, uh, let's just go with something simple. The stars. There you go. They rotate
That's
one way and then they
All right, wait.
rotate
That
another way.
the Earth. Remember, we were talking about the evidence of the Earth being. We didn't ask you about lights in the sky. Okay. I don't know why you people always,
To the
when you're
sky.
trying to prove the globe, have to look at the fucking sky.
Yeah, but
but it doesn't matter anyway.
Kill him on
That
that,
can
though,
be
Dave.
shown.
Let's kill him on that, right?
Yeah, it's
Sun rises east to west anywhere on Earth, so do stars. That's not an argument for globe. So move on, please.
so
But
is
wait, why do they
You've got the
rotate
perfect
one
video
way?
maker. You've
But
got
wait,
the
Why
wait,
do they?
Luka.
Luca,
So
if you
would
think the
actually-
stars rotate in the opposite direction in the south, then so would sun, because the sun moves same as stars because Earth's rotating. So if it moves in opposite direction in south, then so would sun.
let's put
You
Sean
don't
Hawkins
see sun doing that. So stars can't be either. They all
All right.
rotate in one direction.
Here's
We're
a
about to put Sean Hawkins off some more, guys.
yes.
Okay, this is for you, Sean Hawkins, because I know you're gonna. Oh, yeah, the stars. Yeah, I'm using paint especially for you, Sean. Okay, Luka.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a star
Okay.
in the middle. Let's put it in the middle. Just.
All right.
Yeah. And we're gonna say the
Good
star
stuff.
is moving that way. So, in other words, east to west. Okay?
So that would be anti-clockwise, right?
Yeah. This is east. It's moving that way. There's west.
Uh-huh.
Okay? North, south. Now, we're going to be standing looking at the star from a south position.
Okay.
What's going to happen with the star appear to us? It's going to appear to move
East to west.
right to left.
Oh, right to left. You could say that. Yeah.
Okay.
Both
Now-
way, both way.
We can do the same thing, standing north, looking south at the exact same star. You see, it's going the same direction, east to west, correct?
Yeah.
Now it's
Right.
going left to right.
Yeah, but yeah, from the vantage point of the person standing on the other side, it would appear to be going left to right instead of right
So
to left.
it's yeah.
So
it's an
not
observation.
globe proof then.
Just like every single if you're gonna keep up bringing up the sky, and I hope you bring up like some curve proof, something gravity proof maybe. But if you're gonna look at the sky, that's all observations. It's not really doing any science there.
That was the other side of the star. You know.
But Lucas, since you brought up the sky, don't you think that it's odd that none of the stars have parallaxed one another?
Ever. Ever.
It's kind of unlikely.
I'm sure they have.
No, they haven't.
Young.
There's no observed parallax of the stars, mate.
Excuse me.
Don't you also think it's interesting that when you focus in on one celestial object, they're all focused?
Well,
This would only happen if
it's
they're all the
because
same
of-
distance.
Which I want. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You want to reply, Luka?
the reason was because they would be, pretty. Wait, what did you say? That when you focus on one, they're all focused or what?
Yep.
I mean, that shouldn't really be how it works.
I know. Not on the silly ass globe model.
And by the way, I
But
just
why
want
would it be different if the Earth was flat?
No, you're not listening. The Earth is moving at 5 different directions at the same time. Yet the stars have never been witnessed to parallax one another. They remain constant in their same formation. When you focus on one with an optic, you have all of them in focus.
Yep.
This could not be possible if they were all different billions and trillions of light years away from one another and all this other nonsense.
I just want to say thank you, Godzilla, for gifting 10 memberships. Woohoo, that's really awesome, man.
Wow.
You rock. Big thank you very much.
Right.
the globe, the heliocentrism is a positive claim that needs to be proven because we never observe it in our observable reality. And I just want to clear something up. When I said observations aren't science, there are scientific observations, but most of what it is for like globe proofs, like you can't see the Southern Cross, is just mostly due to perspective.
Well, you could argue you need an observation for science, but it's got to be a natural phenomenon.
It's not
First
the
step. It's like a step in the first step, isn't it? To observe.
yeah, it's a pretty big leap to get an observation, even if it is scientific. And then
You can't claim an observation is science.
No.
Yeah.
It's like stepping the scientific.
But I've got citations somewhere that backs that up, Dave. Like, you know, when if you focus on moon, you can see every star in focus. If you focus on a star, you can see you know, like they're all at same distance.
So Luka, are you a robotomist?
What?
The true
A
robotomist.
robotomist.
A robotomist. A robot.
What's that?
Someone else changed his name. Who did that?
Oh, who changed my name?
Do you know out about Robotham?
Yeah.
No. Well, what's that?
You've never heard of Robotham?
No.
Well, he was a guy who lived in 1800s.
1885, he came out with the book Earth, Not a Globe.
Yeah.
And then he
Tony,
came out.
thank you very much for your £10 super chat. It says, Luka, buy a drone, fly it at night till the battery runs out, and show flats the footage of Earth spinning and the stars not moving. Then you can claim stars as proof of a globe. Thank you very, very much for the super chat, Tony. That's a good one. We've actually spoken about. I've spoken about this on a debate. Why is it when you bring a drone up in the sky, you still see the sky moving, not the Earth below it? Thank you very
Because
much, Tony. You rock. Yeah, because
the atmosphere moves with the air.
Can you show me Velcro air, please?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Earth is spinning, and the atmosphere is also spinning.
No, I said
Well,
show me Velcro air. Show me air sticking to things, please.
So the air at the bottom would be faster than the air at the top. So the air at the top would be lagging. Is that what you're saying? That's the kind of physics.
No.
Again, Luka, this is a positive claim, so you need to
Yeah,
give the
back
proof.
Well, isn't that what the physics people say as well?
So you're gonna wow.
That the
Oh
Earth, that the atmosphere moves with the Earth. Isn't that what the physics people say?
So because they say it, are you gonna take them at their word?
Yes.
Well, look at it this way. If based on physics, because do you know what tangential velocity is?
Tangential velocity. That's 1,030 miles. Is that
Okay.
that the Earth
Well,
is?
the same physics applies to your Velcroed atmosphere. So the higher you're going up, okay, the faster the air has to spin.
Yeah.
Because it has to make the same amount. So it has to travel further to keep the same amount of rotation as something that's closer.
So I'm saying.
So you are claiming it's traveling faster higher up than it is lower
And
down.
there's not a playing catch up.
Huh.
But that's what I'm asking. Can you demonstrate to us Velcroed air? Air doesn't stick to anything. Air never stops moving. It's always moving in all directions. It doesn't. Let's just. How can I? Let's not take my cell phone and there's air around it. If I move my cell phone, the air's not going to move with it.
No, it's not. It's not. You can actually.
No.
You can take it. You can take it like a 5-gallon bucket, put a tennis ball on the end of a drill bit or a rod, stick it in a drill, put that tennis ball down into that smoke, and turn the drill on. The smoke's not going to start whirling around inside of the fucking thing following the ball. It's not going to happen. The ball's going to spin and the smoke's going to stay there. It's just going to stay there.
Yep.
Otherwise, that's why clouds don't just go along with the airplane that flies into them. You know, it just carries the cloud along with it, right?
The cloud.
One of the biggest problems you all have is you try to think of a gas as a contiguous mass. It's not.
No.
It's not, and it never will be. The only time it can be in a volume is when it's in containment. And it's just merely due to the molecular properties of the gas. They're unbonded to one another, and they're not going to suddenly go, hey, let's join hands and become a contiguous mass. It's never going to happen for any reason.
Oh.
Well, that's that then.
Well,
So
Mic
maybe
drop,
we can go. Maybe we can go on to your next proof of the globe. The stars aren't too good, and what else was it? Yeah, no, the stars. Yeah, you could just.
So,
Yeah,
so do
maybe-
you have any better? Do you have any better proof evidence for a globe, though?
well, we have even simpler, I guess, would be the photos.
Can I just ask you a question, Luka, before we move on? What's
Yeah,
this
go
we? What's this we business? Have you got any evidence? Not
Humans.
we, not what you've been told.
Yeah.
You.
You only have what, secondhand shit?
We, as
Do
in,
you have
like,
any firsthand?
Not we, as in you've been told. In any evidence. Not
What
evidence at all.
firsthand evidence of a globe do you have?
Right. People can tell me I'm a leprechaun. Does that make me a leprechaun?
would it help
Right.
if I say
There's
that?
no we, Luka, right? It has to be you.
Not even if you wear a green suit, Mike.
Would
Yeah,
it
Luka-
help if
I know, Dave.
Okay, Luka. What would convince you that the Earth's not a globe?
what would convince me that the Earth is not a globe? I guess I guess measurements of flatness.
All measurements
Does
are
that make
flat, no?
sense?
So why would it flat Earth?
Yeah.
What?
Do you? Yeah, this is another thing, bro. Oh, this is crazy. Yeah. Again, the same thing. You're making a positive claim. You have to show maybe a measurement of curvature because we've proven that what they say it is
Right.
isn't what it is.
And a measurement is not a calculation.
Yeah.
We clearly see too far when it should be hidden by miles and miles. I can't give an exact picture, but I mean, Fladzoid probably knows all of them.
Yeah.
What about?
I've got something quickly to show Luka about his Foucault pendulum he brought up.
Okay.
Can you see the screen?
Yes.
I wonder if I can make it bigger.
The what? The focal pendulum. All right.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know if I can make it big like that. Anyway, let's try. I hope it's light enough, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure I can.
Okay.
To recap, the globe claims that we are standing.
Oh wow.
Therefore, we see the pendulum change direction to a tune of 8.5 degrees per hour anti-clockwise. So over 4
Oh,
hours,
this is the upside down Australian, isn't it?
alleviate the
Yeah.
double difference. finally, after 4 hours at 1:16 p.m., if the Earth were actually rotating underneath this pendulum, the globe claims that it should have deviated 34 degrees anti-clockwise, but no deviation was observed. So I then formulated a notice tolerance valid logical argument. If P, then Q, not Q, therefore not P. If the Earth we are standing on is rotating, then we will see the pendulum change direction. Over 4 hours,
Yes.
we don't see the pendulum change direction at all. We don't see the pendulum change direction, therefore the Earth is not rotating.
There we go.
I mean, what about the ones that do change direction?
Which ones? The ones in the museums that are mechanically operated or can be? I mean,
Manipulated.
Well,
Listen,
well,
Luka,
Under
Luka,
magnet.
Luka, this is the same thing. It's the same thing like with the stupid Cavendish thing. It is not consistent.
definitely not.
Okay, it's not consistent. It's
I'll
Okay,
changing.
then I'll change it to why do they appear to rotate at all?
They
Even
don't.
if they're not consistent, why
They
do they
don't.
rotate at
They
all?
don't.
They don't. Sometimes they go
But they
the other
do.
direction.
Yeah,
Most
but
of the
like
time,
why?
though, you want
You
to
have
know
to
what you know what you find most of the time? That they're out of order and not working.
Mhm.
Unless you give a
That-
slight lateral
The
bias.
mechanical
not-
ones,
We've
yeah.
got 4 here in South Africa, Luca. Not one of them work.
But what about the one that did?
I'll
your
give an
debate-
answer. I'll give an answer. A slight lateral bias can affect to give it a more, I guess, pleasurable. Was it
A favorable result.
acceptable?
I'm
Like,
going to ask Luca another physics question. Do you know how momentum works?
Yeah, I think so.
Now, if you have an unbalanced force, let's say to the left or to the right, will the momentum keep going to the left or to the right?
It'll rotate.
So
Yeah.
it will keep its momentum to the preferred unbalanced force.
Yes, until it stops. Yeah.
That's how the Foucault's pendulum is a gimmick, mate. It's
Can
based
I-
on momentum.
Can I just speak to him a minute?
You
Luka,
think they're built on angles?
Luka, right? If you dangled a piece of string from your ceiling and put a weight on it and set it in motion, would it keep swinging?
It would eventually stop.
Right. So
yeah.
what's the problem then with Foucault's pendulum? Because it keeps going and going and going. So what does that tell you?
Well, the ones in museums keep going and going because they are like magnets. They use
Right.
magnets to
So
keep
So
them moving.
what does that tell you then? If there's some mechanism making it keep going, why can't there be a mechanism making it show Earth rotation?
Why would it need an aid to help it to keep going?
No pendulum
Because-
in reality keeps swinging.
Because the maximum duration that if you were to release a ball, the swing would only go for like 40 minutes maybe until it stopped completely. The reason museums have magnets to keep them
So the
swinging
movement's
is
being
because
influenced
of that.
artificially. Hold on. So the movement is influenced artificially, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
Movements.
all done. All done.
Yep.
All done. Right there. The mechanism is influenced artificially, therefore null.
if
Only
the
in
ones,
museums though.
if
Because
okay, if
museums
the
have
ones
to-
that you see, the ones that you see in museums are the same ones that only go on. Do they look like the same ones that only go on for about like 45 minutes, like you said?
They have the same.
Yeah, but
they
look-
do the same
Look,
things.
the natural question is if there's a mechanism keeping it moving, then why ain't there a mechanism making it show Earth rotation?
What do you mean?
What
wouldn't
do you think I mean?
If you
A
it
pendulum don't swing forever, mate.
no, they don't.
Right. So if there's a mechanism inside it making it move, Why can it not make it be moving in a circular motion as well as backwards and forwards?
Like as a trick or something?
Exactly, mate. Exactly. As a trick,
As another-
as
as
a
a-
parlor trick,
as a
as another
demonstration.
globe spoof. You know,
Yeah.
to prove something that's not real.
Yeah, but you see, now the thing is, this is exactly what I'm saying. That's why I showed you specifically this one from Mitchell from Australia as well,
Yeah.
where they claimed that the apparatus wasn't working. Can you please explain to me how Earth is the cause for it to rotate, and because it didn't rotate, how the apparatus broke, if it's supposed to be based on physics of momentum?
Well, the one at the
Well,
museum probably
let me try and explain it to you, Luka. Right, the pendulum was still swinging backwards and forwards, but it was showing no Earth rotation. And then they said that the mechanism were broke, right? But the only mechanism that shows that rotation is Earth. So therefore, Earth were broken.
The Earth stopped spinning.
That
you need to give yourself a slap round head, mate. You need to wake up.
I mean, that's a good point. If it still was swinging, why didn't it show Earth rotation? That's a good
It was
point.
swinging them
I
backwards and
guess.
forwards, and it weren't knocking them dominoes over. Yeah, it was just swinging backwards and forwards. It weren't knocking dominoes. And then they took it down and said the appliance were broken. Well, the
Yes.
only way it could be broken is if Earth stopped rotating. You understand that?
That's what 5
Well,
points.
Unless the mechanism that makes it show rotation is broke.
There could be other reasons why it wouldn't show Earth rotation.
Why are you defending it, Luka?
Yeah, why are you defending it, man?
Are you saying something that a defending attorney would say, or are you saying something that a prosecutor would say? Because with the government, that's the biggest criminal. And you have to be a prosecutor in that case.
It's almost like you'll entertain any stupid idea in your head, Luka, just to like not admit flat Earth. It's ridiculous, mate. Right? If a Foucault's pendulum ain't rotating like they say it does, and then they take it down and say, "Oh, but there's something wrong with machinery," then that should tell you that it's the machinery making it show that rotation. Do you not get that?
Exactly. Thank you,
Like,
Godzilla.
common sense, man.
Wait, guys. Godzilla, Luka, you cost me $5 just to tell you stuff you. If I didn't like Flatwood, it would have even been less. Thank you very much for the super chat, Godzilla. You rock, man.
No, seriously, Luka, mate, you need to give yourself a slap round the head. And I'll tell you something else and all. You need to stop listening to dickheads like McToon and Jack of all trades and pillocks like that, mate, because they're just dragging you down with them.
Yep, exactly. PJ, been a member for 22 months. Can you believe it? Almost a full year. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate all my members, by the way. You guys rock. Thank you, PJ. Awesome.
2 years, yeah? 2 years. No, yeah, 2 years.
I ain't even got
2 years.
You should have. You should have
22, not 12. I'm thinking 24 months is a year. I mean, 2 years. You see, that's not
Thoughts?
married. So my wife
Thoughts,
can correct
Luka?
me.
Well, you make a good point about the museum one. That's a good point.
Okay, so far, what have we got logically deduced? Air
No,
doesn't stick to objects.
One minute, Flatzai, because Luka says, like, you've got a good point, right? And I've heard him say this many times, right? We have good points and we have
never
good points.
concedes
And then all of a sudden, you just chuck them in bin and come back with the same bullshit.
We concede and then double down.
Well, I'll have to. The reason I contradict myself normally when I say you get a good point, then I come back later with another argument is
It's the
because
same argument though every time.
Yeah.
not the it's not the same.
It is. It's identical every fucking.
It's an
Luca,
it's
I
an
could use up all my
explanation.
fingers and toes
Luca.
counting the amount of times the flat
Luca,
soil
right?
has explained to
No,
you that the air is not velcroed.
I'm going to give you a challenge, Luca, right? You show me how a mechanized pendulum can be broken.
I
You
can
come back
give
with
you
that,
an
mate. You go away
explanation.
and think about it, and then come back with it, and you tell me
Yeah,
how that can be.
I can go away and find an explanation as to
Can you?
why the one in the museum wasn't working.
Right, so,
What?
what will you do? Go and ask Fight the Flat Earth or one of your other troll mates?
I just want to say thank you, PJ, for your £10 super chat. Chain A support to go with free one.
I'll go with.
PJ, yeah.
With free one.
Hold on, PJ, you're
Thank you very
in
much,
here.
man. You rock, PJ. Really appreciate all the support, man. You are awesome.
PJ, you're in here.
Luka?
Why did you?
Luka,
you said
will you ever concede on a point?
Yes, I am in here. What's that got to do with anything? It means I can't. Does that mean I can't give a super chat?
Oh no, you can. Okay, fair enough.
But
Yeah, absolutely.
if you have no
I
answer,
did-
why
I-
can't you
I did
concede?
on.
Well,
I
the
did
whole point I'm
concede.
trying to make with Luca, though, is look at everything you brought up as your so-called globe evidence. We've debunked every single one of them logically, okay? Don't you think it should be logically deduced then, okay, your globe is false?
No, hold on. The one with the stars, you had to put the person on the other side.
I did.
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
call
that's
it
the whole point. That's the whole point.
The
Yeah,
problem
if
you've
you
got
put
with
them-
stars, Luca, is if you claim stars rotate in an opposite direction, you've so got to claim sun as well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand that?
The sun.
Right, if the stars rotate in an opposite direction in the south, then so should the sun and moon.
And it does. Why isn't different?
Oh,
directions?
so
Always
in
east to
the
west,
south,
always.
sun rises in west and sets in east, does it?
I've heard that the sun
Does it?
rises.
You
and
live in
sets.
south, don't you? Does it rise in west and set in east?
Oh, I haven't been looking.
You haven't been looking. Come on,
No,
Luka,
not
man.
really.
I'm not putting up with this flat side. Luka, mate, come on.
Oh my
Take your
word.
piss.
I mean, I could.
You've never observed sun then in all your days. I mean, come on, man. You've been proper dishonest, dude. Like,
come on.
I didn't think I'd need to.
mate. Then you've no business coming here telling us what's what and arguing with us about right? Luka, Luka, I'm going to stop you, right? You've no business coming here arguing with us, being a troll, carrying off, telling us what's what, and you don't know what direction sun rises and sets in your own country.
For this debate, for this discussion, I would need to know that, yes.
Mate, you're having a laugh.
Maybe rewatch this stream like 1,000 times and come back with notes.
Luka, right? I thought you were alright, but you're pissing up my back. Telling me it's raining.
This time Michael's back and telling me shut.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you very much, Vicky, for your Chennai support. She says, can Luka go play with balls now? Thank you very much for the super chat. I agree. I think this has run its course. And Michael,
fair enough.
Michael, do you see why we don't really have him here anymore?
I know, but I'd just like to think you're all right. But Luka,
hold on.
You've done me a disservice.
This time I was good, right?
No, the thing is you're being dishonest. You're not.
Luka, right? I literally asked these to let you in early, and you've dumped on me, mate.
I can't lie. Look, I don't know you that long, so I don't hate you as much as these guys. But
I don't hate him.
Well, no, I'm not saying that you hate him. Okay, that's that. Okay, that's
no,
tough.
I even said let him in and let him speak, but he's absolutely pissed on me.
The problem is
I don't have. I don't have the same frustration, but what I've seen and what you've displayed today
Ned,
just shows pure dishonesty.
Ned, if I said to you what direction does sunrise, you better tell me, yeah?
A bit later, yeah.
Not you, Luke, and Ned.
Oh.
If I said to you, Ned, what direction does sun rise in? Ned?
I don't know the cardinal directions off the top of my head. Is that a problem?
So you don't know that sun rises in east?
But it rises in different.
Yeah, I know that. Sorry, I know that the sun rises east. Yes.
So if you're gonna claim,
yes.
So you know it's sun rises in east and sets in west, yeah. It might not be like exact point on, but
I don't know why.
I'm
being 100. I'm being 100% honest. Luka's stupidity seeped into me that I actually thought different hemispheres had different directions. I swear.
Okay, guys, we got Bowser the White Dragon in. I'm sure plenty of globers would answer you if you didn't insta-block them for just agreeing with you. Have you ever fragile ego? Yet you're not blocked. Yet you are able to comment. Yet the link is above for you to come in.
Yeah. He was just blocked, but he wasn't blocked at that point. But he was. Bowser, why is he ripping off a lol cow's name? Bowser the White Dragon.
But yeah, he can click the link and come in. But I also gotta reiterate something, and I've told this many times. Globers, even if you are blocked, you're usually blocked for trolling. You are able to click on the link, blocked or not, and come and have a discussion. Using you blocked YouTube account because you are trolling is just an excuse to cower away because you have no argument.
Yep.
Why do socks use women's pictures?
Oh, they like doing
like half naked.
They like doing that.
They're like little girls in a playground, man. Whinge. Piss off.
So yeah, the link is there. I mean, come on. I'll put the link out there. You can click it. You don't even have to even be subscribe to YouTube. You don't have to have a YouTube account to even go click a restream link.
Right. Even Luka gets here every day. Every day. And not one of you cowards can come in and even talk to us. But you'll sit in chat and whinge and moan.
And let's be honest, guys. Luka's not the best person to be representing your globe. So, I mean, I've seen you guys a lot. So, oh, Luka's, get him off there because he's embarrassing you guys. Then why don't you come and, help him out?
Yeah, help him out.
It doesn't even have to be him off. Exactly.
I mean,
help him.
I mean, we've even said this many of times. We'll all shut up. You can choose who you want to converse with. The rest of us will keep quiet.
I have one stipulation, if I'm talking to one of these guys, and they have to come on camera. I'll debate any one of them, but they have to come on camera.
To prove that they're not a bot.
Yep.
So the sunrise will be southeast in the summer, right? In the southern hemisphere.
So eastward.
Yeah.
That's
southwest, right?
That it's still east.
Yeah.
Still east.
It doesn't change from right to left like the stars, right? It doesn't change complete directions.
None of them change. They all go from east to west.
Yeah, exactly.
If you look at it if you are facing north, they're going to go from the right to the left.
Exactly.
If you are facing south, they're going to go from the left to the right.
But they claim it's the hemisphere that changes the direction.
I even showed it on Stellarium that it does that.
Exactly.
They always go east to west. It don't matter where the hell you are.
Yeah.
Different.
So we got 87 votes so far. Why are global defenders so angry at flat Earth? Because it destroys their religion. 56%. They are cowards and can't accept FE. 10%. Who knows? Issues. 5%. And I wish I knew. 29%.
I mean, I wouldn't agree with any of those answers.
Why not? Why not?
Well, because because they can't be angry because their religion is getting destroyed because it's not a religion.
Well, your
And
religion's getting destroyed.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
I bet
Luka, I asked you, right, if you observe sun coming. You said you've never observed it, right? So you believe sun does that. That is a religion, mate.
I
Faith.
believe
It's called
what
faith.
Faith in sun doing something that you've not observed, admittedly.
Faith-based
Okay, I
belief, and
guess
you
you can-
demonstrated it. You demonstrated it when I
Yeah,
asked
okay.
you, do you take
Okay.
their word at face value? So
Okay, yeah, okay, sure. You can say I have a belief in them. Yes.
I would like to see you, Luka. I would like to see you debate Dal on his upward rising Earth.
that would be amazing.
Let me put it into context for you, Luka, right? I believe in God, and people tell me that's a religion, yeah?
Yes, that
You
would be,
believe
yeah.
in globe. I'm going to tell you that's a religion. Do you see the comparison?
But they
Don't give me
They
science,
have
because if
evidence.
you're going to mention science, you're going to have to back it up.
They have evidence.
Who's they?
Right. Who's there?
Physicists.
Right. What evidence?
And have you examined this
What
evidence
evidence?
yourself? Have
I
you
have not.
verified this evidence, or do you just have faith that your saints are telling you the truth?
Other globalists have verified the evidence.
Which ones?
Which ones?
So, what evidence?
Like FCFE has verified it.
No,
he
he
hasn't.
hasn't. No, he hasn't. He just says shit, tells you a
FTFE
story,
can't
and then
verify
goes.
whether he's lying or not.
He just tells you something, and then goes next,
Yeah.
like a little bitch.
Yeah, it doesn't know.
I mean, in his he said in his when he did the Cavendish as well, when he did his physics degree, he had to all physics.
Right, let me stop you.
people
Let
are
me stop
stupid.
you. Let me stop you, Luke. Have you seen his papers to show that he's got this degree?
No.
No.
Well, how do you know he's got a degree then? Because I could clearly say to you now, Luca, I've got a degree in physics.
Well, then
Yeah, I
you'd
got
be
one
a
too.
glober.
You would have to show the credentials.
No, I wouldn't be a globe. Just to say, what? Have I got a physics degree in a globe?
Well, a physics degree means that you understand.
Okay, let me.
No,
I'm
no,
going to
no,
stop
no,
you
no,
right
no,
there,
no.
Luca. I'm going to stop you
No.
right there. Okay,
No.
physics is the study of physical actions. Okay, it's the study of how things work. Okay, in the
Yeah.
physical world. All right.
Uh-huh.
Now, these same physics and how things operate, they operate under a condition of laws. There's gas laws, there's all certain things that just cannot be changed. They're immutable, right?
Yeah.
And these physical facts completely destroy the globe belief right
No.
from the beginning. Okay? They
Okay, tell me.
destroy it right from Jump Street. Before
How?
it's even an inception, it is destroyed
Why
based
is that?
on basic fundamental principles of physics.
Okay, tell me one.
Gas volume outside of
Second law of
containment.
thermodynamics. The second law
Okay,
of
there's
thermodynamics.
one. Okay, there's water. There's the whole case of water. Water at rest will lie level. Level is not a curve. Level is defined as no point higher. Okay,
Horizontal.
this means 2 points. A line, an
It's
arc.
a horizontal line, by the way.
So that dispels that geometrically and physically.
So wait, would it be so? You said that level means no part
That's
higher.
right. That's right.
Okay, so if I take, so if the Earth was a sphere and I take,
You can't have level on a
opposite-
sphere. Level requires 2 points.
yeah, and if I take 2 points opposite of that sphere, like if I draw a circle and take 2 points,
What's your
like
point?
opposite ends
What are your
of the
points? You
circle,
don't have a line. You have a circle.
Right.
It only
would
has
they
one
be-
point. It only has one point, a
What
center.
Luka, do you understand? Does a spirit level show a level?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So if I get one spirit level and put it next to other spirit level, is that a straight line?
Yeah.
And if I put another one at the end of it, keeping it all level, will that still be a straight line?
Yeah. You're not
Right.
putting
So at what point do all them levels start curving round the ball?
every point on the
No,
Earth,
that's
as
not what
long
I
as-
asked you. That's not what I asked you. I
As-
said if I
wait,
got a
as
spirit
long-
level and put it next to another spirit level and kept it level, would it be a straight line?
Yeah.
And if I put another one on end of it, would it be a straight line, keeping them all
Like,
level? Yeah.
Where the water is in
No,
the center.
I'm not talking about
Yeah.
water. I'm talking about spirit levels on themselves, right? If you get a spirit level and you line up and you get that bubble in middle, right?
Yeah, the
That's
water will
level,
bubble.
right? No, I'm not talking about water. I'm talking about a spirit level. Right?
Isn't that the one with the end?
No, I'm talking. Do you know what a spirit level is?
I don't think he does.
That's where the water and that it's got the bubble in it, right?
Right, yeah, right. So
Oh,
you get that bubble in middle, like your level shelves, right? If you put a shelf on your wall and you put a spirit level on it, you get it to a point where that bubble is in between two lines and it's telling it's level. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So you put another
Yeah.
spirit level next to that spirit level that you've got set with bubbles in middle. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So your next one next to it has the bubble in middle. Is that a straight line?
I guess so. Yeah. It
Right?
would
And
be.
then I put another spirit level next to that with bubble in middle. Will it still be a straight line?
Yeah.
Right? And I keep going. Another spirit level. Yeah. At what point does that start curving round the ball?
Well, if you would line them up in a way that they go around the globe until they come back and meet each other again, like
Luka, right?
then
Luka, go
I
to the
guess-
shop tomorrow and buy 100 spirit levels and put them next to each other and make sure bubbles in the middle. And you tell me if there's any curve in those spirit levels. And you can keep adding them and adding them and adding them, and you'll never start
a real
curving
simple
around the
way,
ball.
though. Mike, here's the real simple way to put that for me. Real simple. Okay. A line requires 2 points. A straight line requires 2 points. Where are your 2 points on a convex surface?
If I had my
No, I
computer,
just
if it
answer the
The points
question.
connect.
Where are 2 points? The points that have to connect, in other words, the end points of the line, are straight. It's a straight line between those 2 points. Okay. Where is your 2 points on a convex surface? You only have a center point, and therefore any line that touches that convex surface is now a tangent.
Tangent, yeah.
Okay. And it can't be level. There is no level on a ball. Needs 2 points. And by definition, no point higher or lower than another, which is against what an arc or a convex surface would do. So you can't have it both ways.
Just want to say thank you, Godzilla, for being a member for 21 months. Woohoo!
Woo.
He says 49,848,000 miles traveled, and he says didn't feel a thing. Yeah, exactly. Gorge, you rock, man. Thank you very much for being a member. Really appreciate all your support.
Wait, why would you?
I've got a question for you as well, by the way, Luka. How many horizontals does it take to make a sphere?
Well, you can't make a sphere of only horizontals.
Well done.
Well, you just claim that with spirit levels, mate.
It's amazing.
So then the Earth can't
Can't be a ball, can it then, Luka? Can it?
And then
I
I got
feel
another
so
question. You remember earlier you spoke about measurements. You said if I asked you what will convince you that it's not a globe, you say if you get flat Earth measurements. Remember
we have
what you just spoke about now and planar surveying. Do you know they measure off using horizontal datums?
planar surveying doesn't take Earth's curve into account.
Exactly.
How can it not? If you're surveying, how can you? If Earth's curved and you're surveying, how can it not take it into account, mate? Think about what you're saying.
Okay, I will. I think it's from my knowledge, it's about 100 miles. If the measurements exceed measuring over 100 miles, or it might be 200, I'm not sure. 100 sounds right though. I'm gonna stick with.
Right.
I'm gonna say 100 miles. Whatever.
Right, so 8 inches per mile squared. What is it over 100 miles?
If the measurements that planar surveying does is less than 100 miles, which it usually is, planar surveying is about 100 miles. Those measurements, the curvature would be negligible, so that it wouldn't.
No,
They
there's
wouldn't
no
need to take.
No, sorry, there's no
No.
curve to be negligible. There's nothing.
8 inches per mile squared is Earth curve drop. What's 8 inches per miles over 100 miles?
Well, that it's not okay. 8 inches per mile squared.
How can you
is
survey
not
100
accurate
miles
over long
and have no curve, but yet Earth curves claim to be 8 inches per mile squared?
No,
Ow.
it's 8 inches per mile squared is not accurate over long distances.
It is. It's
What?
accurate. It's the
It's
most
accurate to
accurate.
at least
What
1,000
distance
miles.
does that stop? At what
Geometric-
distance does that stop, Luka?
Yeah, geometrically, your 8 inches per mile squared is the most accurate thing up to 1,000 miles. When last have you made a 1,000-mile observation, Luka?
Never.
Exactly.
But 8 inches per mile, it's not 1,000. Anyway.
It's
It's
accurate, proven by
1,000 miles.
it's proven by CAD.
This is like, holy shit, man. You guys are trying to make me fucking retarded. First I got
I know.
Paul, and now I got this guy.
No, I
it's
swear.
right from Deltardia to this guy.
No, you,
It's like pulling catfish teeth. Huh?
you saw it with me. For a
fucking
second, I was
God.
questioning if the sun actually rises in the east or not.
Hold on. Give me like 2 minutes to look this up. Right?
Look at your
I'm
formula
gonna-
when it's literally the
because
first
I
thing
might be
any flat
wrong.
earther learns.
Luka, do you not think that
Longer.
do you not think that after like nearly 10 years of being a flat earther, we haven't looked into this shit? Come on, man.
I mean, I might. Well,
It's
I guess you
guys, it's quite futile talking to you now. It really does. It's just,
I mean,
same thing every time.
tell you what, if I look this up and it says 1,000, then I'll admit that I was wrong. Okay. Okay. Give me like 2 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, this is Icon Science Day. This is a globe. 8 inches per mile squared. Okay?
Let's see.
Percent. That's not exactly a large error. If you watched the previous video, you know that I showed 4 different ways of calculating the drop with distance, depending on what you mean by distance. Let's take a closer look at this graph. The red line is the horizontal length method. My preferred method was the arc length, which is shown here in blue. Comparing that with the 8 inches per mile squared curve just above is remarkably close.
Did you hear that? Right, let's go back 5 seconds quickly.
inches per mile squared curve just above is remarkably close. The 8 inches per mile orange line lies between the extremes. Where is chord length on this graph? It's the green line, and you cannot see it. The orange line and the green line line up so perfect that you can't even see it. So
there we go. This is why I laugh at idiots like McToon and when FTV says, "Oh, but we don't have 8 inches per mile squared."
Phone freaking out, man.
What you saying, Luka?
Okay, so the 8 inches per mile squared is not accurate if it's used for more than a few
It's
hundred
one of
yards.
your most accurate geometric equivalencies for your globe.
I looked it up, and it
I
said
just
it's
showed
not
you.
accurate over a few
I
hundred
just
yards.
showed you.
Doesn't matter what you look up if it's wrong.
What's up?
I was busy
What's up?
with my own. What?
Oh my god.
I am sorry. I did say I was going to look it up, so I did miss the video that you showed.
Flatza just showed you a video from a baller who does maths and shit.
I did miss it because I did say earlier that I was going to look it up.
Well,
and
Flats,
give me
can
like
you play
2
it
minutes.
again for Luca's sake?
Play
Luka,
it again, yeah.
pay attention, mate.
I will pay attention now because I am done looking it up. Yes.
Right, pay attention.
Yeah, no, fair enough on him. He said he was gonna come back in like 2 minutes.
Because
and then he immediately played the
I'm
video.
willing to keep going over this with you, Luca, if you're going to be honest with me. If you're going to be a dishonest prick, then I'm going to get out here and
Yeah,
call
this
you a
doesn't.
troll.
Please, I literally want any other Glober from in the chat.
Hey, what's
It
up,
just
Josh?
feels like it's weird.
It's not
I
a
feel like it's
serious
better
discussion,
content.
and I'm not trying to be rude, but it's not a serious discussion with this guy. He's
not.
not researching; he's just looking up stuff. So we'll never get anywhere. But that's my opinion, and I'll back off.
Is chord length on this graph. It's the green line, and you cannot see it. The orange line and the green line line up so perfect that you can't even see it. So if you're not happy that 1,000 miles is still a short distance in your book,
I'm not
take
happy.
a look here. I've taken it all the way out to 7,900 miles. It's off by 0.03%.
What?
Almost 8,000 miles is only 0.303% off. What do you have to say now, based on that, Luka?
I'll go to the
Well-
guy's channel and tell him he's wrong and see what he does with it.
Well, my research conflicted with his, so now I'm not sure.
What research?
Well, go to his channel and argue with him.
Because
When he's put you straight, then come back.
I got a few hundred miles, so it's not accurate.
But now do you understand why we don't believe this stuff?
What do you mean by research?
Where have you got that from, like?
I know he didn't research, he just looked it up.
Sounds like something that comes out of it.
Yeah,
I know. Wait, I know what your research was. Not a
Google's
Professor Dave told you.
Oh wow.
Well, it's just it's true that I didn't look deep into it and just did a
Luka,
skim.
Luka, you're listening to people who are more retarded than yourself. You need to
It's
get out.
It's true that I just skimmed it, but that's why I saw a few hundred yards.
Well, you're wrong.
But yeah, I could be wrong.
You are wrong. You are wrong. We've just shown a globe earther telling you you're wrong.
I don't
It's a
think
globe
Luka's
earther, not a flat earther. Like.
I don't think Luka's a glober. I genuinely just think he's a person that doesn't.
It's also been tested with AutoCAD.
What?
Do you know what AutoCAD is?
AutoCAD. No.
AutoCAD. CAD. AutoCAD.
Is that like a disability? Is that like autism?
It's a metal lathe machine, is what it is. A
Oh,
program.
it's called computer aided design.
I was inflicted with
Oh.
AutoCAD.
It works. It
AutoCAD.
works with precision. It's usually used for when you do milling and stuff. You know, the milling machines. They usually use AutoCAD to work at.
And
those
that
designs.
and they put 8 inches per mile squared into
Yes.
it. Huh?
And that come up with
It
exactly.
can be incorporated. You can do all kinds. They do blueprints and designs for architecture, mechanical, everything using AutoCAD, which can also be incorporated into numerical process control systems, where like automated milling machines and the like. Whereas the mathematical data is transferred into an automated machine, you come back and it has made the part. We used to have
It basically cuts metal
shop
into a
I
three
worked in,
dimensional.
we had a Mazak mill that worked that way. This thing had its own like conveyor of tool bits, and it would stop, go over to its staging area, and pick the appropriate tool, load it into the chuck, put it back, find the 0 point, and then go to the part where it was supposed to have to mill out or drill or whatever it had to be done. Come back the next day, and there's your part made. It was amazing. But the degree of accuracy, you can actually model in real size the Earth and everything else like that, and zoom it to a point where you can actually see it, the whole thing, in one picture, and do it all by scale, because you're unlimited on the amount of distances and spaces you can make.
What's the AutoCAD do? Does it like make long rods or something?
It draws things in 3D space in a computer, and then it allows the computer to use a milling machine to cut that out and make it into a real thing in 3-dimensional space. Get it?
But surely that real thing can't be that long, can it?
Can be as long as you want. You're in computer space. I can make a line
Yeah, I
in
was gonna say,
AutoCAD 200,000 miles long if I want to. There's no limit. There's no limit.
It's just like when with AutoCAD you try and get an angle to a sphere, and it says no compute because you can't.
Yeah, because it needs 2 straight lines. Exactly.
They're printing out they're printing out things that are straight because it's.
Luka,
it incorporates arcs, spheres, whatever geometry you need, as long as it's actually physically possible.
Luka's trying to apologize.
Wait a second. Not all AutoCAD is using with numerical process controls. Okay, they don't. There are some, but most of the reason CAD is because you don't have the mess and the problems you had when you were doing design on paper. If there was a change, you had to actually go and erase that, revise the print, redraw that area of it, get it through approval. This way, all you have to do is just change it on the computer and the whole design changes.
Yeah,
but I mean, AutoCAD can work up to 16 decimals.
But if I may,
I did AutoCAD for a long time. As a detailer and a junior designer, right up until the Windows version.
Just quickly, if I may, though, Dave, Luka's trying to apologise for something that he don't know about. You know, up until tonight, he didn't know what AutoCAD was. You know what I mean? It's like and then you're trying to argue against it, Luka, when you don't know what it is.
Well, most people don't know what it is.
That's why I'll come back in like a week or so after I gain knowledge. You know, after I'm more educated about the.
Why didn't you do that before you came here in the first place? I don't get it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know we'd be talking about in AutoCAD. I didn't even know what
how come you
AutoCAD
make
was.
videos about flat Earth being destroyed, Luka, when you clearly can't destroy it? Like,
can't even understand the globe.
I didn't even think an AutoCAD was used for what. Well, I didn't even know what it was. So.
How do you think this Earth curve's been worked out and that, accurately? You know, how do you think this 8 inches per mile squared were worked out as being like an accurate thing over 1,000 miles? How do you think it's all being done? Do you think we make this up as no? We don't make this up as flat earthers. That's what globe
Do you
gives
know
to
what
us.
I heard well, this is what I heard. That this is what globers say about the 8 inches per mile squared. I heard from globers that it was a flat earther that first said the 8 inches per mile squared thing, because the flat earther apparently read something and misunderstood it and
Wait a
just
minute.
took
Are you
the 8
actually
inches per
using
mile.
something I heard some guy say? And that's my argument. That's what
Yeah,
you're
it's heard it
doing.
all.
I heard some guy say.
Ad hoc fallacy.
Well, yeah.
Well, what the fuck is that?
No, but let me just clarify this, Dave. Right, what he's heard is some anti-flat earther chuck his own globe under the bus. That's what he's heard.
Good God. I heard from some guy one time that this, that, or the other. Oh, okay. Well, that works.
Luka.
Listen, anytime you're presenting evidence, pretend you're in court. Okay? Pretend you're in court. Will this stand as evidence or will it not? That's what you have to look at. You can't just say, and one of the big things in a court of law that does not act as evidence is hearsay. I heard someone say this, that, or the other, or I heard a rumor. No, it is not evidence.
But Luka, you know, next time you hear a glober tell you that 8 inches per mile square is not accurate and that, then you want to be saying to them, how do you know it's a globe then, mate? That's what your question should be to them. You shouldn't be coming to us telling us we're wrong. You should be questioning the people who are feeding you this bullshit, mate. That's what you should be doing.
They use
good
the
advice.
more accurate equation.
Well, more accurate.
Obviously not.
Then 8 inches per mile squared, yeah.
Then bring it.
And what is it? What is it then? What is it then, Luka? What is this more accurate method that they use? Go ahead, explain it in your words. Don't ask Chat GPT. I don't want to see a bunch of stupid shit fly up into the fucking private chat. I want you, in your words, to explain it.
Well, I think it's like, I can't remember off the top of my head.
I think that's a no. I don't know.
No, it's not that I don't know. It's just that I can't remember.
Luka, can I give you a word of advice, mate? And I really hope you take it and run away with this, like, but stop listening to McToon and Fight the Flat Earth and Dave and all idiots like that. You need to stop listening to them because they will bring you down. They are fake. They're truly stupid people, right? And you are listening to them, and then you are projecting their thickness onto us through yourself.
It'll turn you gay. Okay, that's what happened.
It'll turn you against yourself.
That's
too.
what happened to Craig. He was listening to McToon, and then he turned gay and became FTFE.
Wow.
Okay, Luka, you're talking about Haversine formula, which works off with arc lengths, which is literally, as I just showed the video with Icon Science, that the arc length Haversine formula is as accurate as the 8 inches per mile squared. They are practically identical
to
8,000 miles.
Your
8 inches per mile squared up to 8,000 miles is only 0.03% off.
Oh my God.
That's pretty accurate.
If Haversine don't match 8 inches per mile squared, then none of the math works. None of it. But fact is, Luka don't know none of this, but yet he wants to come and argue with us. And Luka, man, you need to stop.
Ill-equipped.
You need to get your own grasp on reality, not listening to Craig and McToon and idiots. You need to get your own grasp on reality and question it yourself.
I
be right.
I agree. I think it's time you should stop listening to people like that and, take the bull by the horns and do it yourself.
Well, I guess I could do Yeah, I guess I could do my own research.
You know, when I discovered Earth was flat, Luka, I didn't know none of these people I'm talking to in this chat now. Didn't know none of them. Didn't know Flats. Didn't know PJ. Didn't know Sob. Didn't know any of them. I come to understanding that Earth was flat through what I'd observed, what I thought about, you know, and I come to that conclusion myself. No influence from anybody else, just me and my common sense, and realizing that I'd been bullshitted.
Did you do research as well?
Look, I've been out with cameras and everything, mate, looking.
Yeah, but you need to.
But what you need to understand, Luke, is right. This what clinchpin for me. Water does not curve at all.
Impossible.
Impossible.
You need to. You can't. You need to
Luka,
listen to the explanations that the other side has.
We used to use those explanations. What part of that don't you get? We used those explanations. Then we examined those explanations, and we found those explanations to be horse shit. Right?
What? Yep. Like the explanation about refraction. What's it about that?
Because everything is not fucking refraction. Refraction is not going to lift objects 60 miles into the fucking air.
How do you know that?
Because I know that. It's common sense, Luka. You've never witnessed it ever before. You're never going to witness it, okay?
Luka, quickly read what's on screen, please.
It says, globalist find level.
And underneath
horizontal.
There
Horizontal.
we go.
You like that, Luka?
Is that someone's profile picture?
Can you remember when I was talking about spirit levels, Luka? Imagine a swimming pool. Imagine a swimming pool that water's flat, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then put another swimming pool next to it, and one after that, and one after that, and it's just like spirit level. It'll never curve around your ball, right? If you think it does, you're crazy, right? I'm sick of arguing with people who talk crazy shit, right? Spirit levels don't curve around the ball. Level is not curved. Water don't curve. I'm sick of talking to stupid people who think it does.
How about if you put like
enough on it.
Hey, Luka, stop for a second. Stop.
Or something over the pools or ocean to get to the other side, you'll see that it's curved.
No, it's not, Luka. Luka, hold on for a minute.
You might, but that might be some brain tumor
in your own.
But otherwise, no.
For 8 years, NATA's asked for a measurement of curvature from the experts, and they have never presented it once, dude. Never. They don't have any curve measurements. They add curve calculations in after 6 miles, but nobody measures that far. That's the facts. Period.
What about the spherical axis?
What about it?
What spherical axis, dude? They add that in later, dude. They add that in.
I love it.
Spherical axis.
Oh my God, you're amazing.
Didn't they do something with America or something? They measured it. And
you mean the survey they did?
Wait, you do realize no map actual.
I
Sorry.
think it was
parallel.
It had the name.
The transcontinental arc of the parallel is based on horizontal baselines, which is linked together. Do you know those are all horizontal baselines, measuring over 4,500 kilometers?
Yeah, no curve accounted for. They added it in later. No, there's not. No, they're going over terrain, dude.
It was all based on linkages of pipes and line of sight theodolite measurements.
They made a big triangle, and then
you should stop listening to people like
a triangle on a sphere.
Yeah, who doesn't
a triangle on a sphere.
Horizontal triangles means flat.
Yeah, that's why they had spherical axis, because the triangles can't exist on a sphere.
That's right.
Luka.
Go watch Brian's logic for
Listen to me. They're adding curvature where none exists.
Well, then
Well,
just for that reason.
That's a
As the crow
well,
flies, there's no added curvature from point to point.
straight lines.
Yep.
Okay, let's see what the poll has stated. Got to 100 votes on the dot. Woohoo! Why are global defenders so angry with Flat Earth? Because it destroys the global religion. 58%. They are cowards and can't accept their defeat. 10%. Who knows? Issues. 7%. I wish I knew. 25%. Yeah, we did try, guys. We tried with Luka.
In order to calculate that, sorry.
Yeah, if you want to be honest, Luka, you would go back and look at the stream again, and he would say, yeah, there is nothing for the globe.
I'll do more research.
Could I ask you one question before we finish, Luka?
Because I didn't think I was gonna get on, so I didn't really do my research.
Can I just ask you one more question, Luka, before we're done?
Okay.
Right. What does it matter to you whether it's flat or globe?
Well,
it's a good question.
I guess it's a good question. Yeah. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter to me that much.
So why do you waste all your time on it?
Yeah, why waste your time on it then?
And wouldn't you want to know if someone lied to you about it your whole life? Isn't that interesting to figure out too, for sure?
I'd want to be sure.
Fine.
You know, because the email I sent to Flatfoot. That's why.
Well, we don't know what that says.
We don't know about the email.
The thing is, Luka, right? Are we coming to your channel trying to tell you that Earth's flat? You come here to talk to us, and you don't listen. You know, it's like,
I do. You can tell
here.
I do. Because
you don't.
We tell you how they lied to you, Luka, and you don't. You'll agree. Yeah, and then you go back. I got to research it some more. When we point out the lies, you go back to it.
Yeah, every single one of us wants you to know the truth, Luka. We're not blowing smoke up your ass. We're not trying to tell you it's flat because we want to pill at you. We're trying to tell you the truth, and you won't listen. You won't accept it. You want to go and listen to retards who want to lie to you, who want to blow smoke up your ass, and you'd rather listen to them than us. But you keep coming here. I don't get it. I really don't.
You need to develop a capacity to think, is what you need to do. Don't listen to anyone. There, okay?
Well,
don't listen to shush.
Read and decide for yourself.
Don't listen to anyone. Use your own brain.
Well, how am I gonna? I did.
No, you didn't. You rely on ChatGPT. You don't rely on common sense. You will accept the contradiction because an authoritative source told you.
No, it's because I'll use this as an example. I got a Cert 3 in hospitality recently, and but well, if someone came up to me and told me that what I learned was wrong, then I'd be angry with them,
Yeah, and we show you how it's wrong, and you still go back to it again. I don't understand that.
Because I've actually studied it. I've
Clearly not
studied
enough.
the way I have it.
Okay, what exactly did you study, though?
Hold on.
You were going to say that, Luka, when you didn't even know.
You didn't even know where sun would rise in the morning.
Is not the
Do you think that studying involves reading a piece of material and memorizing it?
Yeah.
Or do you think studying is reading some material, dissecting it, running it through the logic mills, putting it to the test, and verifying its veracity?
Yes.
There you go. So what you've been doing, what you call studying, is reading something, memorizing it, and accepting it based on your perception of the presentation.
Well, I'll admit
It's like reading a
not
book.
the same.
You've been reading a book.
I love the la la la.
Hospitality is not exactly the same subject as physics, where you have to. Well, actually, I did actually do the stuff myself, so I did do my research on hospitality.
Okay.
I
So,
actually went
in
out
what's that got to do with
and
physics?
did it myself.
Yeah, well, I'm not
I
being
have
funny,
no idea.
But it's
Like,
not your
I had
research.
to-
If the research is someone else's research, you are just copying. And if you don't
No,
know if the
I had
research
to
is actually factual, then it doesn't matter. You have to
No, I
question that
had to
research.
actually go out and
Heliocentrism into an
work.
hotel, dude.
No, I actually had to go out and work for like 40 shifts, and each of those shifts were like a few hours.
40 shifts.
I work 9 hours a day, Luca.
So,
Awesome.
yeah,
Awesome.
40
I just want to say thank you, Vicky, for buying PJ hoodie. Because I just saw I got the email. I'm like, from Great Britain, and I can't figure out what hoodie it is or who it was. Thank you very much.
Flatside, where you come from, do you have the thing where you can send things as a gift? If you want to gift someone something, you can send it cheap and easy like that way? Because then people could, they could pay you and you could send it as a gift. So you don't have to do all the
I know
extra
I was thinking because she's probably 4XL and I'm only 3XL.
So to actually complete my survey, I had to do like 40 times 3 hours. So 4 hours. Yeah.
So yeah, thanks
a
Vicky
lot.
for buying it. We really appreciate it. Appreciate everybody that's bought merch, by the way. You guys.
Vicky, you rock.
She does rock, but she's trying to put weight on me.
Now, Luka, you gotta. I want to make a new merch just for you. It's flat. Okay. Well, actually, you must get it, and you must wear it proudly because you are now a flat earther. Yeah.
I am honored to have merch made inspired because of me.
Yeah, you
Absolutely,
yeah.
Inspired.
Luca, welcome to Flat Earth, sir.
Welcome to Flat Earth.
Again.
Well, can I just say to you, Luca, do you appreciate how much time we've all just spent trying to get this through to you?
Not for a fucking
I
second.
had to spend like 140-60 hours on Cert 3 to get it. So I and that was practical. So I had to
I haven't tallied the
work,
time that I've
do
spent.
the stuff myself and carry the plates and serve people at restaurants, that's
more important.
that would be my research. And that's how I got my Cert 3 in hospitality.
Nice. I'm glad you got that. But what does that got to do with this topic at all? Nothing.
Get a job.
Yeah, like I said before, it's a
go get a job now.
Yeah, but like Luke, you've just described doing something practical. You've had to set your plates out, you've had to set your table, you've had to deal with people, all that business, right? That was practical, right? So we've been out with cameras practically looking for Earth curve and stuff,
and telescopes.
All that's doing a camera is an observation.
Am I the only one who sees the moon every day except
You're
for
the only one.
Yeah.
But
you're the only one.
Looking through your camera is an observation. Have you done anything more than make observations? Or what?
Yeah.
But that is the main point, doing observations. You're not doing that.
You do
Have
know
done anything else and not that?
Yeah, but you're the one.
Observations is only part of it, Luca. It's not everything. I mean, what we're doing now, even this chat we're having now, and showing you the logical flaws of your religion, is part of it as well. It's now up to you to take that step and say, yeah, okay, everything I presented tonight that's fallen flat. So it can't be.
Pun intended.
You at least have to be skeptical about it. You know what I mean?
I will say that about the stars. I will say that if you are on the other side of the stars, then they would appear to rotate in the opposite direction, right?
Its appearance, yeah.
So we've just
Yeah,
gone
on your back.
absolutely 360 round in a circle and we're back to stars again, right? So
Yeah, but
yet
would
again,
you prove
Luca,
that?
do you witness sun rising in west and setting in east?
I'm gonna say yes because that's what
What?
I read.
You're gonna say yes?
Yeah.
You see it every morning, dude.
Then you're a
Southeast
moron,
or
man.
whatever, yeah.
I'm sorry, like, but if you set
That's
sunrise
right.
in west and sets in east, you're a
That's
moron.
right.
No,
I'm
southeast.
done.
It rises in
No,
the
Luke,
it
I'm done
rises-
with you. You're a moron.
It was.
No, it rises in the southeast in the summer.
It depends on
So
your
then you've
location to
just
the
debunked-
pole, the north.
And you've just debunked opposite star trails, mate. Well done. Welcome to Flat Earth. If you don't realise
how
that, then
how
like
does
I
that
said,
work?
I've just told you. I've just
And
told
it don't
you.
work on the globe model at all. That won't work.
On a globe Earth, stars move because Earth rotates. On a globe Earth, sun moves because Earth rotates. So if stars are
Yeah.
going in opposite direction, so should the chuffing sun. Wecko.
Nice.
That's a simple debunk. Look, it's so simple to grab. You're trying to complicate it. Don't.
Yeah, it makes it
Make
so
it difficult.
so simple. Luka,
So-
if you walk towards an oven, you get hot, correct?
Yeah.
If you walk away from it, you get cold, correct?
Uh-huh.
Yet your globe says when we're further away, it's hotter than when you're closer.
But it's because of the angle.
That's because the closeness doesn't have anything to do with the season.
Yeah, yeah.
you know?
Closeness to a
Right.
heat source doesn't mean nothing. Yeah. Makes some
Whatever.
Get closer to the oven, Luca. Get closer to the oven. And let me know how that works out.
It's more about focusing heat on one point for a long time. That's why it gets hot.
Yeah, you should try testing that. You should.
So we are lucky
it's
the
like
ball
them- it's
fantasy
like
spins,
the-
so we would burn up.
It's like the magnifying glass trick with the ant. Burn the ant with
Well-
the magnifying glass.
So it's cooking the earth? Oh, God, I didn't know this.
Oh, so on a flat Earth, we would all be grilled, is what he's saying, kind of.
Let me put it this
But
way.
we don't shoot the light through the magnifying glass at an angle, do we?
No.
I mean,
Mm.
if the Earth was
Luka,
flat, that'd be no
winter-
seasons.
where I am in the bush, okay? I'm close to the equator side. In the winter or the summer, the sun is always practically directly above me, okay? Why is it sometimes it's in the winter it's colder, but the sun's still directly above me? In the summer, it's still directly above me, but there's difference in temperature. Why is that?
Or it's because of the tilt of the Earth.
Sorry, the sun's still practically directly above me.
Or
There's no tilt.
before.
That's just apologists, dude. That's all it is.
Gotcha.
I
The
mean,
sun's further away from him. That's why.
No, I'll have to look it up.
Exactly.
Here we go looking
We
stuff
don't
up again.
Here we go.
Anyway,
No.
guys, I think that's the stream. I got work in the morning.
Thank God for that.
Enough torture for one night.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Please don't come back. Oh, no. It's me tomorrow night, so please.
Can I say something?
You got a last knife to stick in. Give it.
Okay. Go ahead.
Make sure you twist it.
Turn it when you do it.
Yeah.
Now, what did you think of me tonight?
Terrible.
Dishonest.
Do you really want to
No,
know?
as in like, was I acting good?
No.
Behavior wise,
Completely dishonest.
It's not an act.
Is that what this
Dude,
is?
this is not an act.
No, was I
were
like,
you polite enough? Were you behaving? Is that what you ask?
yeah,
You're
was
always
I
polite.
behaving?
Yeah.
You're just dishonest.
It's really
Was I
never
Just a
been
little
an issue
slow.
of you being
behaving?
polite.
Yes, I was. wasn't I?
Yeah, but listen, it's not like let's see whether Luca comes on and it behaves or whether he's honest. You know what I mean? Like you come in here, Luca, and you're asking questions, and you go away, and then you come back and you ask the same questions. It's like if you're going to come in and ask
Well,
us,
yeah,
like,
I
at least
come
take
back
it on board.
with
It's not
knowledge.
about how you've behaved or whether you've been a liar or you.
No,
are. Like, it's like
the
you come here, you ask questions, either take it on board or done. But if you're not
The
going to take
reason
it
I
on
ask
board, Stop.
The reason I come back and
But
ask the same
Luka, now I'm doing it to you because you're doing it all the time. One thing I say is impolite tonight is the time I have been here, every time someone tries to explain something to you, you say, what if, but what if, or you speak constantly while they talk.
But. Yep.
That's not very polite. That should stop.
Well, the times that happen, we just talk at the same time, you know?
The times that happen.
It does.
Yeah, I'm just saying it because you asked if you were nice tonight. I think that's not so nice. That's just the one thing I want to say.
Let me tell you something, Luke, right? Do you know how frustrating it is? Right? I want to say to you, I don't even want to use the term like, but I want to say to you, fuck off.
Yeah.
You're doing my head in.
I'm saying I've put up with you too much.
But I'm trying my best to be polite and that, but like you just keep coming and asking the same shit over and over again, and it like goes in one ear and out other, or you're not even listening when we're talking to you. It's like we're spending time that we don't have to be spending to talk to you,
and we don't really want to do it.
And I appreciate it.
Like, it's frustrating, mate. It really is.
But the reason I come back with the same explanation is to clarify, because what happens is you explain something to me, I go away, I research it, I come back, I ask you to explain it again just to see if I got it right, and then I explain my research to you. That's why it may appear to be asking the same questions and contradicting myself because I agree and then I don't agree. But the thing that changes is the knowledge of explanations, you know?
Well, if you got an explanation, you won't need to come and ask questions. Then you have an explanation.
The explanation should make sense, though. The explanation should make sense. That's where you're missing it. You're just taking it because it's an explanation. You take it as gospel based on your perception of the source.
But
it's like reading the Quran.
You're
and now,
unable.
It's like reading one or the other book, and now that is your God because you like that book better. Or, you don't even, like whatever.
You're unable to. You don't have the ability for actual thought.
What's all? Yeah,
you've lost the ability for thought.
Doesn't the
Luka,
explanation make sense to you?
Not if it's not real.
You take whatever we say as something you have to debunk, and then whatever McToon or any of these other people say as what you have to use against us, the truth.
Well, I guess I am interested in learning.
You have extreme confirmation bias, and I don't think that you actually have the capacity for thought. It's not your fault. It was taken away from you. It was. You have lost the capacity for thought in lieu of what you're told.
Not funny, Luka.
It's not funny. It's tragic.
How did you get your thought back then?
What?
How did you get your thought back then?
I resisted from day fucking one. That's why I was the problem kid. That's why I was always sent to the hall. That's why I was out in the hall or in the principal's office, because I questioned shit. I resisted it. I already knew it was bullshit from the get-go.
Of course. I remember being in Cow with my granddad when I was about 8 years old and saying, "Why don't it look like we're going round a ball?"
That's what I'm
saying. It's
like
we all had these questions, because it's something about what you're getting taught don't make sense.
I said it the other day on one of my streams.
But
we were right as kids. We were right. Our feelings about the earth and everything going on. We were right. You know what I mean?
But didn't the teachers explain it to you?
Luka, do you know what explanation I got for gravity? Get a bucket of water and start spinning it around. And look like water don't fly out of bucket. It's like